And with that, Alien Earth has come to a close, or at least season one, because it seems like we're going to be getting a season two. And overall, I think that the show did a rather good job with taking a xenomorph alien story into a show. I think that it showed what it was like on Earth rather well, but also it was way too specific. I didn't really get to see much of like the city stuff, like what regular life was like. Like in Alien Romulus, you get more of that, but that was on a different planet. So I was kind of hoping that there would be like the regular life for someone living on Earth, and we really only got the companies, which is what we get in the other movies, but we are kind of seeing the companies themselves, the people behind them. I think that introducing different types of aliens, the eye octopus and the other things, that's really cool. I'm very glad they did that. And I'm surprised that they haven't done something like that before, introducing more alien creatures, because so far we've only had the xenomorphs, the different versions of them, face huggers, little worm guys and stuff like that. And yeah, I guess you could also count like the engineers from Prometheus, but that they're all kind of like the same thing. Like these were actually like different aliens. So like I enjoyed that. I think that the show tries to do a lot of things, and it's not like it is spread out too thin. Well, it is kind of. The show will focus on one thing, focus on one of the different aliens, focus on the xenomorphs themselves, and the whole idea of these kids being transferred into robotic bodies. Like it focuses on all of those things, but like one at a time, which makes it to where they're not juggling a bunch at the same time. So like a scene that's focused on one, like that thing gets the whole, like that topic gets the whole focus, the all the attention in that scene. But I feel as though that, especially with the eye octopus guy, they start to do some things with that, or like say they're going to do some things with that in the second to last episode, and then they kind of try and do it in the last episode, but like it's like we're going to do this thing, and it's going to lead to something else, and they almost do it. It kind of gets done, and then the show ends. So I think it's a show that very much is going to rely on a season two, and it's very weird on how it's going on, like how it's going to transition to that, because season one, the way it ends, it doesn't really seem like you would see where a season two would go, but you know it has to have one to explore all the other things, but all the other things are so scattered around right now. I did not rock with the idea of Wendy slash Marcy. I think that was her name. Like the main girl. I didn't rock with her like sympathizing with the aliens. It's like the whole like we hate the aliens because they murder, they're killers, and it's like, oh well, but we're humans, we also kill, blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, but like humans, soul, brain, stuff like that. The aliens are the ultimate life form, as the whole franchise has been based off of. But like based on efficiency with surviving and killing, and that's it. That nothing else. Um, and so like just trying to sympathize with these creatures, I did not rock with, and they don't really like have her backpedal on that at all. Like a like she believes that they're good, or not that they're good, but like she sympathizes with them, and it's not like she gets proven wrong in the show. I think that the first half of the show was much better than the second half, because it kind of started to double down on these ideas that I did not like, and I think that's when it was really trying to trying to land the ship on all things at once, but also getting ready for the next takeoff with season two. I think that the visuals in this show are really good. The visuals for the xenomorphs, I can tell that they use some practical effects, which I do like. Sometimes it didn't work. Sometimes it does look too much like a guy with a suit that can barely move his arms. But regardless, I think the visuals are very good, especially in the first few episodes where you can see a lot of it being used with the spaceship crash landing into the city, and then you see all the like building destruction, stuff like that. The idea of like the ship's structure being combined with the structure of the building that it crashes into is a really cool idea. I kind of wish I would have spent more time in there, but that's, well, whatever. I think that the show is not as good as it should be, but it's still good. I think that this is a solid like 3.5 out of 5. It was a 4 for me for the longest time, until like I saw that with the ending of the show they weren't really fixing any of the problems that I had with it, because it's like I really hope that gets fixed, and then they don't do that. I think that season 2 will need to finish a lot of these things, finish a lot of these plot lines, and I think it needs to focus on different characters rather than the Lost Boys and stuff like that. Because I mean, the kind of like minor spoilers. If that wasn't obvious, the way that the show ends is all of the kids that have been transferred into these robot bodies, they rose up and they overthrew the people that were up over them, and then it's like, well, now what do we do? And the camera like zooms in on her, and she's like, "We rule," and then the show ends. I was super surprised that was the ending of the show. It felt like it came very fast. I think the last episode was the shortest episode out of all of them. Most of them I think were just over an hour long, maybe a little under, and this one was like 45 minutes. Not the craziest minute difference, but I still felt it. I still felt like that the last episode, it felt much shorter. Like, rather than, just being shorter, it actually came across in the viewing experience. I don't think that you can have another season that's about them if you have that be where they end. Maybe you could have it be on Marcy's brother going like, "Oh, jeepers creepers, guys, what you guys are doing, I don't like it. I'm not picking up what you're putting down." So but yeah, overall I think the show is good. It's just not as good as it should be. It should be much better. And I think that their focus is very scattershot, but done in a more digestible way. I think that this show will definitely be more like realized, I guess, in season 2. Like, once season 2 comes out, maybe we'll look back at season 1 and go like, "Oh yeah, that was actually pretty good." But right now it's very much a setup season. Overall, good, not as good as it should be.